went to the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, and I'm going to spare talking the details about that. But briefly, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah were committing a sin that no one uh, before that time has committed. So remember, this is around 2000 BC. No human being before that time had committed the sin that those people there were doing. Uh, most of which was the act of homosexuality and raping other men, amongst other crimes. It wasn't just homosexuality. They were forcing themselves upon men. They were lying in wait. Which means they were ambushing people, stealing their stuff, and then raping men. This is why in the narrations you'll see Lot saying, "Why are you doing that no other human beings have ever done before you?" Anyway, and it's worthy of note to say that in the Quran it says the people of Lot. Obviously, they're not his people because he came from where? Mesopotamia. So he's not from Jordan. He's not from the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, and the reason why I'm mentioning this is because when Lot says, "Take my daughters," he's talking about the women of the city, meaning marry women and have relations with women, not men. There's enough women around, and they're sad because you're not even interested in them. So he's trying to encourage the men of the city to have relations, halal relations with women, and to stop committing the sin that they're committing. So the angels come. The people threaten to harm Lot because he's pure. They literally say, according to the Quran, that they need to kill him or harm him or banish him because he is amongst those who are pure. Right? So that's the mindset that these people had. That they knew that what they were doing was filthy and that those who promoted good needed to go. So the angels came, blinded the men that wanted to harm Lot and his family, and then warned Lot and said, "You need to leave." So he left. He fled with his family. Now, based on what I know, I believe that Lot and his family fled south. And for several reasons, which I'm going to go into. One is which I noted earlier, which I have in the book, the Moorish Lexicon, where according to Jewish scholars, Abraham married a Moabite woman named Aisha. Well, how did the Moabites get there? Well, if Lot is the descendant, is the forefather of Moab, well then it had to have been when they fled the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, or at least around that time, or at least after that time. Second, amongst the Arab scholars, amongst the Muslim scholars, they say that the people that encountered uh, Ishmael's mother, Hagar, once she found Zamzam water because they spotted birds in the sky, and they said, well, those birds uh, only do that when there's water around and we're in the desert. And remember, Lot comes from a city where there's two rivers, right? Mesopotamia, chose another city where there's rivers, so he had to have been familiar with this type of behavior of birds, seen those birds, seen the rivers, the water Zamzam, seen Hagar, seen this baby Ishmael, and these people that encountered Hagar had a natural liking towards the child Ishmael. We're also told from these scholars, from certain scholars, Muslim scholars, that the people that found Hagar and Ishmael in the desert are the ones who spoke Arabic and taught Ishmael Arabic, right? And when you study the Arabic language, its history and origin, you'll see that Arabic originated from the area commonly known as the land of Moab. So for those reasons, I believe, and Allah knows best, that it was Prophet Lot and his descendants, which includes Moab, who encountered uh, Ishmael and Hagar in the valley of Mecca once Zamzam water was found. And that is why and how Noble Drew Ali is able to tell us that it was the Moabites who helped build the holy city of Mecca. And that marriage of Ishmael and the two Moabite women, one of which he divorced, is, to my knowledge, one of the first mixes or mixing of our bloodlines. Subsequent mixes are during the time of King Solomon and Boaz by Ruth, and I'm sure there must have been much more. But to say that were the original Israelites, for those reasons, I believe is not accurate. We are the original Moabites, who later on mixed with the Israelites and the Arabs. So I know it may have sounded confusing because I jumped from talking about Ishmael to Israel, but I had alluded to the fact that Jacob and his descendants ended up in Egypt once his brothers, once Joshua's brothers